Gladiator fights.
Gladiators are central to our story. Public entertainment in Rome, they are central to the story of the Colosseum. Very successful performances. People came in droves. So there was something fundamentally attractive, fundamentally enthusing about shows that we, from our own modern point of view, regard as gory and problematic in so many ways. But our job is to try and understand why these shows were so meaningful to so many people.
When we look at the origins of the gladiatorial games, for the Romans, where is this coming from?
Archaeologists have discovered a series of painted frescoes inside ancient Lucanian tombs, now carefully preserved in climate-controlled rooms. They are almost 200 years older than the wooden amphitheater in Rome's Forum.
Here we have the interior of a Lucanian tomb, and we see two major scenes. It looks like almost two guys at war, but the context can't be war. You have these festoons dividing the scenes. This is a scene of entertainment, of some sort of spectacle. Here, these guys are boxing. Over here, we have what looked like to be warriors. They've got helmets and shields, and they've got their long lances, and they're literally killing themselves because this one's going right into this guy's face. This is incredible violence.
These men are not gladiators, but slaves. At funerary games, slaves would fight to the death to honor the recently departed.
And the blood goes down to the gods of the underworld. It's a great offering.
These Lucanian frescoes are evidence that this most Roman of traditions, gladiator fights, is not even Roman. So how did Rome take a religious tradition and turn it into mass entertainment? When these frescoes are painted, Rome is a small city-state. The Etruscans sit to the north, the Lucanians and Samnites to the south. All but Rome hold funerary games. Then, in the 4th century BCE, Rome looks to expand and takes on her neighbors.
Ultimately, Rome is the victor. By 264 BCE, in Rome, we have these games being performed. So where's it coming from? It's coming from the people that they're interacting with, they're going to war with, and ultimately absorbing ideas from.
Over time, as Rome becomes dominant, it also absorbs its enemies' traditions, such as fights to the death.
Thinking about that original context, when you have the gladiatorial games first documented in Rome, it's in a funerary context.
Rich Roman families would organize funerary games for the deceased. Initially private religious occasions. But as their popularity increased, they were recast as events for the masses, but with a twist. These new public games would send a clear message. More than simple entertainment or offerings to appease the gods, they were an expression of power. In the 3rd century BCE, Rome's military aggression continues. Over the course of 95 years, it conquers the Italian peninsula, the Carthaginians in Sicily, Hispania in the west, the Balkans in the east, and then Greece and Turkey. A 100 years later, Rome ruled around 45 million people.
Rome had to find a way to keep hold of power, and there was nothing better than forming an example. So whenever a defeated nation crossed the Romans, faced defeat, their further defeat was humiliation, and that was in the arena. And so they would show their enemies fighting for nothing more than entertainment and pleasure. And whilst it entertained the crowds, it sent a message to those who would cross Rome: this is what happens to you.
With outfits and weapons inspired by defeated enemies, gladiators were visual evidence of Roman supremacy. And in a society where violence was commonplace, the crowds loved the bloodletting.
We're looking at a society where many people will have had direct experience of warfare. And an attractive explanation for the success of these displays of violence is that those performances provided the city-dwelling audience of Rome with a heavily controlled representation of violence.
When the Colosseum was built, it became center stage for the empire's staggering military might. But how did such a temple to violence come to be here, in the heart of Rome? Vespasian takes the throne in 69 CE. The previous emperor, Nero, left an empire at war with itself. Just meters from the Forum, he built himself a huge palatial complex, the Domus Aurea, meaning the Golden House.
The very construction of that palace had led to the eviction of thousands of people from really a central site in the city of Rome. So it is a monument of despotism, it is a monument of extravagance and imperial corruption.
And Nero didn't stop there. Alongside his grand estate, he built a huge statue of himself, 30 meters tall, known as the Colossus.
So we're talking about a megalomaniac, we're talking about a person that wants to leave his mark in the city.
After Nero's death, Rome fell into a year-long civil war.
In the political fallout, there's a lot of bloodshed, there's a lot of uncertainty, and from that competition, that Game of Thrones experience, there's one man that remained standing. His name was Vespasian.
Vespasian was not of royal blood, but a military man, a general. His first challenge, building the relationship with his people. So what does he do?
Vespasiano fa un'operazione politica, demagogica, importantissima. Restituisce al popolo quello che Nerone aveva tolto e costruisce il più grande edificio per spettacoli dell'Impero Romano.
In place of Nero's vanity project, Vespasian builds the Colosseum. It is a savvy political gesture to erase Nero's legacy and establish his own dynasty, the Flavians.
The amphitheater was central to the political program of Vespasian. It was, first and foremost, a major statement of the fact that he was the new guy in charge.
In building the Colosseum, Vespasian hopes to create a bond with the people of Rome and to restore order to society. The question is, does it work?